Devils give multiple updates. 2025-2026 is set. What to look for, what to like, what not to like. Implications, let's talk. Welcome, Devil fans. Glad you're here. Definitely want you to stick around, though. Season gets underway tonight. Hit the subscribe button. Devils not in action until Thursday in Carolina. But go ahead, be a little bit early. With that being said, though, Devils give their roster what they're going to look like for 2025-2026. The names are out. Now, I think we all kind of knew, had an idea of what the Devils were going to look like. I mean, they didn't do anything. They're not in a rebuild. They didn't make any changes at coach or management. So it was kind of known, kind of had a feel of what the Devils were going to look like after July, 15th. I mean, obviously, you were waiting on a Luke Hughes extension. You got that done. You got it at a good number. You got him long-term, which was just as important as getting him signed. You had to go long-term. They got that done. But in terms of this roster, I think probably after, mid-July, we basically knew what this roster was going to look like. And now, going through the roster, and I'm going to start with the advantages, the things that I like, because it's always more fun to go with the things that you like first. Look, they have the best center duo in the division. I mean, there's another team in this division who can compete with New Jersey in terms of Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier. Nobody else in the division has a 100-point center backed up by a player who should have been in the Selke conversation last year. Definitely should be there this year. I mean, there's not another team in this division that can go 100-point center and their second center can lock up whatever type of matchup that you need to play against the other team. I mean, no other team in the division has that. So when you're in New Jersey and you can go out and you can have that advantage of having a Jack Hughes and a Nico Hischier 1A, 1B, it looks pretty good. You feel better. You feel better than the other teams in the division. Other teams can't do something that you can do. It's always a good sign. Now, with that being said, I look at the rest of the roster, and I look at what the advantage that New Jersey has over these other teams. When you have an advantage, wouldn't you want to maximize it? Because in my opinion, if I had Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier as my number one, number two center, I would be like, okay, great. I already have a situation, solved. It makes it a lot easier to do the rest. It makes it a lot easier to figure out my bottom six, specifically my bottom two centers. And the answer to that was a player who's been a fourth-line center for pretty much his whole entire career and a 36-year-old on a PTO. Now, I know Luke Glendening isn't on the screen right now, and it shows Shane LaChance, but Luke Glendening probably going to be that fourth-line center. And then you got third-line center Cody Glass, who's pretty much been a fourth-line center throughout his whole entire career. So that's when you have an advantage, and you maybe don't have to do as much in your third and fourth-line center, you come out and you somehow go way below of what is expected to be in your third, fourth-line spot. Now, I think Cody Glass, great fourth-line center. But there's a difference between playing third-line center and fourth-line center. He should be a fourth-line center. He's paid as a fourth-line center. I mean, Tom Fitzgerald goes out and gives him a contract, 2 years, 2.5. That's fourth-line center money. If he really felt like, let's go Cody Glass as our third-line center, go ahead and pay him like a third-line center. Pay him a little bit more. And now I'm all for not going out and giving long-term deals and a ton of money to bottom six players. But if you're going to do that, give a little bit more than, 2 years by 2.5. Go give a little bit more. So that's a little bit of a red flag to me. The other thing that maybe is a red flag to me that comes across and I kind of, maybe look the other way is the Devils' inability to go get a top six winger this year or in the offseason. I mean, for some reason, the Devils were in rumors on guys like Jason Robertson. I think they really also liked Nikolai Ehlers, and they missed out on both. And what do they say? Oh, well, we missed. Didn't work. I don't really feel like you get to do that. I know maybe, when I was in fourth grade, I kind of got away when I had a math problem. I didn't understand. Just, told the teacher, I don't know what to do here. And I kind of just maybe not put my full effort into it. I don't think you really get to do that with a hockey team. I think there's a little bit more at stake at the line when you're running the Devils. I think you need to figure out what to do. Now, you could have, if you went and found a top six winger, you could have put Dawson Mercer as your third line center. Now, if Dawson Mercer is playing third line center this year, It's not because they have, just an abundance of talent, a bunch of top 6 wingers, and, just they try to mix up the lines. No, that's just because you don't have a third line center right now. And Dawson Mercer could potentially struggle. I mean, he's struggled the past 2 seasons. Now, do we hope that he can get back to, being what he was years 1 and years 2? And do I think he can? Absolutely. I mean, there's no doubt Dawson Mercer does have skill. He scored 20 goals multiple times in this league. He's clearly got skill. But it's about getting him going and, having a backup plan. Because if that doesn't work out, you need a backup plan. Devils aren't in that situation. They're not in a situation where, they're looking and they're putting, guys who are maybe playing down in the lineup up in their top 6. Now you go Gritsuk, and I think Gritsuk should be in the top 6. I know he's looked good with Cotter. I don't think it'd be a really big, disadvantage of just going with Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt. I have a good feeling, it's just a hunch, that I think it would be okay. But putting Arsenij Gritsuk in your top 6, then you move Dadonov down, and I think Dadonov at this point in his career is a bottom 6 player. And I was very happy with the Dadonov signing. But he's a bottom 6 player. You fix a little bit more of your bottom 6, but your top 6 still feels a little light. It still doesn't feel like it's a complete, you fixed it, you feel good. I mean, the team finished 20th in scoring last year. They were top 3 power play. Those numbers don't really correlate. Top 5 scoring was clearly a problem. And you should be looking to take care of your core, take care of Jack Hughes, take care of Nico Hischier, take care of Jesper Bratt, take care of your core. Go get them a little bit more scoring. Help Jack help you. I mean, that's my thing with this. Wasn't a fan of not going out and getting a top 6 winger. Now, all in all, do I think it could work? Absolutely. I mean, Timo Meier scored 40 goals not too long ago. You gave him an 8-year, $8.8 million contract. Clearly, you feel pretty confident, pretty good with it. So, I just hope that it's right. Do I think it's right? Yes. Do I think he'll get back to, being that 30, 35 goal scorer? Yes. But you would need that. Jesper Bratt, obviously, very underrated. Dawson Mercer, you're hoping for a bounce-back year. And like I said, Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, best center duo in the division. Just top it off with Arsenij Gritsuk, but you kind of already had that internally. I think that top 6 looks good if things go right. But the thing is you were kind of basically saying we need to upgrade here by talking about guys like Jason Robertson, Nikolai Ehlers, and then none of those happened, and you just didn't fill it out. So that was a little bit, I guess, didn't feel great about it. Defensively, you look at this defense. You pay Luke Hughes as a number 1 defenseman. He looks like a number 1 defenseman. He's going to keep trending in that way. So you're good there. Look, all in all with the defense, a little bit injured right now. You're looking probably waiting on that health and waiting to get, to see a full top 6 defense right now. But look, main things you're looking for here, Luke Hughes, keep trending in the right direction. Brett Pesce, one of the better defensive defensemen in the NHL. Same with Jonas Siegenthaler. Simone Nemec, you want to see him take a next step. He needs to take the next step this year. Dougie Hamilton hopefully comes back good from injury. You built this defense to give your goaltenders a chance to be a top 10 goaltending duo. I mean, you went and you gave a first-round pick for Jacob Markstrom. Jake Allen signs a funky contract because you didn't feel good enough about Nico Daws or anyone else in your system right now. So you built this defense to give your goaltenders a chance to be a top 10 goaltending duo in the league this year. That's what you want to see. That would be a win for New Jersey going forward. And then look, I just mentioned it, injuries. I mean, can't completely get away from them. Stefan Nason, we'll wait and hear what's going to be the update on him going forward. Seamus Casey as well. Johnathan Kovacevic, we know is a long-term player who's going to be out for a little bit. But Devils roster is figured out. Where do they go from here? Let me know down in the comments. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you have some complaints? Let me know down below, and I'll see you guys really soon.